Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Ingrid here, and today's video is going to be a combination deck profile of Darkness Diabolos / Lair Darkness with with a small rocket engine. So I hope you all enjoy, and let's get into it. For the monsters, we run 2 Darkness Diabolos. Your opponent can attribute it, it cannot be targeted with card effects, and you can activate both of the following once per turn. Either if a dark monster you control is attributed except during the damage step, you can special summon this card either from your grave or from your hand depending on where they are. And you contribute a dark monster you control to make your opponent place 1 card from their hand to the top or bottom of their deck. Lilith, just for the trap searching. Let's see, here we go. 3 of the Wicked Warning to search your Lair of Darkness a lot faster, hence not wasting the terraforming on the Lair Darkness and more on the boot sector launch. And you can tribute 1 dark monster to draw a card, or if you tribute a dark monster other than this card to activate this effect, you can add a dark monster with 2000 or more defense from your deck to your hand. More than likely, Darkness Diabolos. For the rockets that actually have more beneficial effects, 2 Rocket Tracer. Quick effect, you can target a face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon a rocket monster from your deck except itself, and you are locked from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dark monsters, but no problem with this deck. Next up, 2 Magna Rocket. Assuming you do pull off the link / targeting for the rockets, Magna Rocket Rocket's effect is you can send a monster on the field to the grave, and during this damage step, all rockets have this except Tracer. If this card is sent to the grave, because it was destroyed on the field by battle or card effect and sent this turn, you can special summon a rocket with a different name. No, a rocket monster, a rocket monster with a different name from your deck to your side of the field, but you only use each effect of Magna Rocket once per turn. So, potentially go and get Silver Rocket, same with the Link, targeted by a Link, but this time you get to banish a monster from your opponent's extra deck, in a sense giving you that additional hint at what your opponent's playing. So game 2, side deck, and potentially get the advantage on your opponent. And like Magna Rocket, if it's destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the grave, you can switch to summon a rocket with a different name from your deck to your side of the field, except itself. And finally, wrapping up the monsters, 2 Absorptor Rockets. If you control a rocket monster, you can special summon this card from your hand to your side of the field. You can only special summon this card that way once per turn, and if this card is sent to the grave, you can add a rocket monster from your deck to your hand. You can use each effect of this card once per turn, but that'll wrap it up for the monsters of the main deck. For the spells and traps, we run 3 Lair Darkness to make all monsters on the field dark attribute, and once per turn, if we were to tribute a monster to activate an effect, we can tribute an opponent's monster as long as it's dark attribute, and we use the final effect for the tokens, just for the Super Poly as well as enemy controller tributes to take away monsters our opponents control. For the rockets, 1 boot up sector launch. All rockets you control gain 300 attack and defense. Special summon up to 3 rockets with different names from your hand in defense position. Or if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon rockets with different names from your grave. From your grave in defense position up to that difference. You can only use this effect of boot sector once per turn, and you can only activate 1 effect once per turn. And obviously the 1 terraforming to go with the field spells, 2 Super Poly to go over Lair Darkness, 1 Dragon's Mirror, because I figured since we do run a lot of rockets, chances are we'd want to go into cards like Boro, Furious Dragon, just to trigger their end phase effects and to take out a card our opponent controls. Come on, there we go. We also run 3 of the World Legacy Dragon. When this card is activated, you can target a level 4 or lower dragon in your grave, in this case our Rokkets, and add it to your hand or special summon it to your side of the field. Once returned, you can target 1 dragon you control and move the monster you control to another main monster zone. And this actually works with links. I actually tested this on Dual Nexus, basically targeting one of my guard dragons in my extra monster zone, since links have to go in the extra monster zone still, and moving it into the main monster zone. And as I said before, 3 enemy controller, mainly to tribute a monster that we control, or in this case an opponent's monster, because it is fulfilling a activation requirement of tributing. Then target a face of monster your opponent controls to control it with. So in a sense, it's a win-win for you, because you are getting rid of an opponent's monster and taking one to your side of the field, in a sense, to either stop them from attacking or just linking it away or doing whatever you want to do with that monster. 2 quick launch, just to get the Rokkets from our deck to our side of the field as fast as possible. 2 Allure, Monster Reborn, Monster Gate, Tribute a Monster, again, Lair Darkness, evacuate, and then evacuate the top cards of your deck until you evacuate a monster. And note, that can be normal summoned or set, easy with the deck, and special summon it. Also, you can send the other activated cards to the grave. Foolish Burial, then Traps, 3 Guard Dragon Cataclysm. Yes, I don't run other copies, don't hurt me in the comment section. Tribute a dragon, then target 2 cards on the field, destroy them. You can only use one. You can only activate 1 Cataclysm per turn, which actually goes hand to hand with the Darkness Diabolos, which I actually forgot to mention that every time you tribute someone in this part, that Darkness Diabolos, while in the grave, most likely is just gonna bring itself back to life. And wrapping up the traps, the bye-bye damage. During damage calculation, if your monster is attacked, your battling monster cannot be destroyed by that battle, and if you take damage from that battle, your opponent takes effect damage equal to double that amount. You can only apply this effect of bye-bye damage once per turn, but that'll wrap it up for the spells and traps of the deck. For the extra deck, as well as super poly targets, 1 Mud Dragon at the Swamp, 1 Starving Venom, 1 Predaplant Trivopitri. Yeah, I can't pronounce that, but it's a good super poly target in case you enemy control your opponent's monsters during their turn and then they get a token. You can just super poly it away and get a big hitter on your side of the field. For the Dragon's Mirror, the 1 Boro Load Furious Dragon, which does require 2 dark dragons. Quick effect, you can target a face-up monster you control and a card your opponent controls. Destroy both of them. You can banish this card from your grave, then target a Dark Link monster in your grave to special summon it, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. You can only use each effect of Furious once per turn. For the negation, 1 Boro Savage. Oh, that glare. Boro Savage Dragon. Hopefully you could all see the name at least. 1 Scarlet to destroy the monsters on the field as long as they were special summoned, and inflict 500 to your opponent per destroyed special summoned monster. 1 Beat Cop of the Underworld. Requires 2 monsters, so basically generic. If this card is link summoned using 2 dark monsters with different names as material, you can apply the following effects. You can tribute 1 monster, then target 1 face-up card on the field, place a patrol counter on it. You can only use this effect of Beat Cop once per turn, and if you do this, No, sorry. If you do this, the monster with the patrol counter, if it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove the counter instead. Note that it says tribute. So again, if Diabolos is in your grave, bam, get it back to your side of the field. And I do like running the one underclock taker mainly to either target our rockets to activate their effects, because targets do require to be targeted by a link monster to activate their first effects, I believe. That and the attack decrease, always fun. For the guard dragons, 1 LP to potentially special summon a monster from the hand or deck, or 1 Pisty sorry, to special summon a monster from that is banished or in our grave. Then we also run one of the Heavenly Spears, 2 dragons, easy with the deck, especially with the rockets. Once per opponent's turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone, quick effect, you can tribute 1 monster from your hand or field and return 1 face-up card on the field back to the hand. And if this card happened to be tributed, you can special summon a dragon from your hand or deck, but its attack and defense becomes 0. Either potentially get out your Darkness Diabolos from your deck to your side of the field. Yes, its attack and defense will become 0, but at least it's out of your deck and potentially into your grave if you use it for a link material, and go from there. But other than that, it's just a way to get rid of your opponent's problematic monsters. 1 quad Boral dragon to get your rockets back to your side of the field from the hand or grave, I'd like to point out. But if you do activate its effect, you are restricted from link summoning link 2 or lower monsters from your extra deck. 1 boosted dragon, just to give one of your monsters that additional boost in attack of 500 attack and 500 defense. But if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one other dragon in your grave to special summon it, but luckily its effects are not negated. And finally, the boss monsters, 1 Boro Load Dragon, and finally 1 Unchained Abomination, which is a little bit harder to go into the deck, but I just like the option of having it in the extra deck in case I'm able to go into it and just destroy anything on the field. But finally, that'll wrap it up for the extra deck. Hey everyone, welcome to the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed this deck profile. If you have any suggestions of any card changes, leave them at the comment section down below. But other than that, see you all next time.